Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala nabina wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Continuing the explanation of the book by Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahaab, Shurut Salah wa Arkanuha wa Wajibatuha, the conditions of Salah and its pillars and its obligations. Explanation by Saleh al Usaymee. This is the 8th installment of that. So next, Saleh al Usaymee talking about what is wajib in wudu, and there's only one thing wajib in wudu. And let's read the text of Muhammad ibn Wahaab, and he says, وَوَاجِبُهُ التَّسْمِيَةُ مَا and its obligation is saying Bismillah if you remember, or whilst you're remembering. And this will become clear what Muhammad ibn Wahaab actually means by the explanation of Saleh al Usaymee. So Saleh al Usaymee goes on to says, explaining this, وَوَاجِبُ الْوُضُوءِ شَيْءٌ وَاحِدٌ, and the wajib of wudu is just one thing. Huwa, he quotes Muhammad ibn Wahaab, التسمية مَا عفوا, saying Bismillah whilst remembering, or if you remember. So Saleh al Usaymee goes on to explain this wording of Muhammad ibn Wahaab, التسمية مع الذكر أي التذكر فتسقط بالنسيان, i.e. if you remember. So if you forget, then there's no wajib upon you. Then Saleh al Usaymee goes on to say, وَأَصَّحُّ الْأَقْوَالِ أَنَّ التَّسْمِيَةَ إِنَّ الْوُضُوءِ جَائِزَةٌ, and the most correct opinion is that saying Bismillah or Tasmiyah before wudu or whilst you're about to do wudu is permissible. وإلى ذلك أشار البخاري رحمه الله في كتاب الوضوء من صحيحه, and to this is what Bukhari indicated in the kitab of wudu in his Sahih, in his famous Sahih, of course. فإنه قال, for Bukhari said in this place in his book, باب التسمية على كل حال وعند الوقاء, he said, saying Bismillah in every condition. وذكر حديث ابن عباس, and he mentioned the hadith of Ibn Abbas, لو أن أحدكم إذا أتى أهله قال بسم الله اللهم جنب الشيطان وجنب الشيطان ما رزقتنا. And he mentioned the hadith of Ibn Abbas, if one of you went to his wife and said Bismillah, oh Allah, protect us from the shaitan, and protect the shaitan, and oh Allah, protect us from the shaitan, and also oh Allah, keep away from us the shaitan, and keep away the shaitan from what you provide us. وَجَنِّبِ الشَّيْطَانَ مَا رَزَقْتَنَا. End of the hadith. Al-hadith وَأَوْرَدُ هذه ترجمة في كتاب الوضوء. So Bukhari mentioned this title in the book of wudu, إشارة, to show إلى أنه لا يثبت في باب شيء خاص, to show that there is nothing, and I repeat, nothing that is affirmed from the hadith regarding doing wudu, saying Bismillah before wudu specifically. وإنما يستصحب الأصل العام في الشرع, but rather we take the continuation of the general principle in the Sharia, وهو أن الاستعانة بالله في الأعمال مأمور بها, and that is that seeking the aid of Allah in the deeds is something that we are commanded with. أو مباحة جائزة, or that is mubah, permissible. ما لم يمنع من ذلك دليل خاص, as long as there is not a specific evidence that forbids it. So it's mubah permissible as long as there is not specific evidence that forbids it. والأحاديث متعلقة بالتسمية in الوضوء لا يصح منها شيء. Then Saleh al Usaymee goes on to say, and the hadith that are connected with saying Bismillah before wudu are not authentic at all. So basically, just to summarize for you people, I don't like adding my own bits on. Saleh al Usaymee doesn't agree with Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahaab that it's wajib to say Bismillah before wudu. Rather, he says it is either just bear with me, where are we? Well, I've just read it. Well, I've just translated it. I don't want to add my own bits on, so you can just repeat the tape again. I don't add my own bits on. Okay, and then Saleh al Usaymee goes on to say, وَرَوَى ibn al-Mundhir fil Awsat, which is a great book of fiqh, by the way. So Ibn Mundhir mentions in his book Al-Awsat, بِسَنَدٍ Hasan, with a good chain, so the hadith is authentic, or the athar, or the narration is authentic. بِسَنَدٍ Hasan an Ya'la ibn Umayyah radiyallahu anhu, from the noble companion Ya'la ibn Umayyah radiyallahu anhu, that he said, قال بينما عمر يغتسل إلى بئير وأنا أستره بثوب. So while Umar was doing ghusl and I was covering him with a thobe, he said, قال Umar said Bismillah, and Umar said Bismillah. So then Saleh al Usaymee goes on to say, وباب الوضوء والغسل واحد, and wudu and ghusl are basically one thing. ومن ثم أورد ابن المنذر رحمه الله هذا أثر في باب الوضوء, and this is why Ibn Mundhir mentioned this athar from Umar, authentic narration from Umar, in the chapter of wudu. Okay, so that concludes today's lesson, and inshallah very soon we will be going to talk about the invalidators of wudu. So that's done. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.